Hi guys, it's Mindy again from Thunderbird Conservation Farm. Sorry, I just got done petting Tank this morning, and I found. Let me see. Let me show you. He's getting his tusks in. I'm so excited. I know everybody else is like, "Really? You're excited about that? Isn't that bad?" Nah, not really. Not with Tank. I mean, if you had another pig and it was maybe not castrated or whatnot, probably. It'd be a bad thing. But it's Tank. So we already got to watch his head. He swings back and forth anyways. So I wanted to do this video today to explain why we have the name Thunderbird Conservation Farm. So some people know that this is the month that we recognize Indigenous heritage. So I just wanted to touch on some things so there was no confusion. So, as you know, Thunderbird in the Native American culture is, I guess, myth, legend, God, okay? It has many different meanings in different cultures. Now, I have no affiliation to any indigenous people, okay? My grandparents lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico for a portion of my childhood. I lived there as well for a short period of time. Now, there's a lot of Dene culture out there, and because I don't know the correct terminology, and I probably couldn't pronounce it correctly, there's a lot of Zuni culture there as well. So, my grandparents picked up a few things here and there, and, you know, I've got a basic knowledge from them. I've got some really nice pottery, really nice necklaces, but other than that, we don't, you know, there's no tie. Now, I've learned a lot of things from the Native American cultures, and I respect their cultures, and I think there's a lot of things we could learn from them, but that's the extent of it, you know. So we don't claim to be anything. So why the name Thunderbird then? So we, me and my husband were stationed, I guess, on the East Coast, and one of the last places we were at was North Carolina. Now, I spent some time as a child in North Carolina, so it was kind of like a double dose of the swampy area for me. And part of living in North Carolina is they call turkeys out there, the wild turkeys, swamp donkeys, swamp chickens, or thunder chickens. Okay? Now, if you're around these guys long enough, you'd understand, you know. I mean, you think about it, in a swamp, they live in swampy areas, you know, they make a lot of noise. If you ever heard them get into a fight with each other, boy, they can clash. You know, I got a friend that calls it Clash of the Titans, you know, and there's a reason for that. They make big boom sounds, you know. So when we originally got into doing what we're doing now, they broke their feeder. Wonderful. When we originally got into doing what we're doing now, it started out with 2 turkeys. You know, my mother-in-law had given us a couple turkeys, and, you know, we tried to make pets of them, and then found out, oh, they're meat turkeys. If you know anything about meat turkeys, they get about twice the size of a normal turkey. Okay? And they end up with health problems. So we tried to make pets out of them. And one of them, because of where we came from and, you know, what they call them, we had named him Thunder. You know, he was our big thunder chicken. So sadly, those 2 original birds, one ended up passing away from leg issues. Well, they both ended up eventually passing away from leg issues. One earlier on than the other. The other guy got about 60 pounds and broke his femur. You know, had to be euthanized because it couldn't be fixed. And, you know, that broke our hearts. But they were a huge learning lesson, a huge driving force to what we do now. And, like, turkeys have kind of always been our love, especially these bronze guys, you know. I just think they're gorgeous to look at, these feathers. Every time they turn, it's a rainbow of colors. So, and then we found out that, you know, it's crazy. We use all these meat turkeys in the U.S., And they're actually in need of preservation because they don't breed naturally. They have to be artificially inseminated. Look at the size of this female. This is a female. You know, she can't even sit on her own eggs because she is just gigantic. And then this guy, he's a meat turkey, but he didn't turn out so big. But the males are usually bigger than that, bigger than these females. You know, so they have issues breeding the females. They can't reach, you know, they're too big. It causes problems for the females. Dork fish. They broke their feeder this morning and spilled feed everywhere. And this feeder's about had it at this point because these guys, they just sort of like, I mean, it sounds like thunder in here when they're eating. So anyways, when we started the name for our farm, it was because of, you know, our favorite turkey, Thunder. You know, this guy was like a dog. He'd come sit in your lap. He wanted pettings. He was so calm. Everybody that met him loved him. But that was the choice when we were trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to call this farm? That was our driving force, was Thunder, you know, because that's kind of what locked our eyes on to the need for preserving some of these heritage breeds. And developed, I guess, at least my love for birds. I don't know so much about my husband. But that's one thing he can get into is the turkeys. So, girl. She's big. So, yeah, that's, and then obviously we do mostly birds. Nosy pig. Here we go again. You know, we've got, at this point with the broilers, we've got close to 300 birds. We will when the next 75 come in. Really, buddy? He's going to come in here and lay. See, it's kind of low right here. It kind of digs down. It's because he's going to lay in here today. And he comes in to try to be nosy. This is my skunk twins. Brother, sister. Hector. That's my heritage boy. I got from Bar Ranch. He is gorgeous. She's got some beautiful turkeys. But yeah, we mostly do birds, conservation with the birds at this point. So Thunder, after our favorite bird that kind of started it all, and then bird. And then our logo is just a feather, you know. So I don't want anybody to get twisted or anything. So other than that, it's Sunday. We kind of take that whole no work on Sunday pretty seriously. It's like our one day to relax. So, you dirty geese. Boys did really good at their bake sale yesterday. They didn't sell out, but they made almost $100. So I'm impressed because we're kind of off the beaten path out here. So Corey's milking right now. Wave hi. He's like, They didn't wake up great this morning. We, as like a reward, we let the kids run the farm stand yesterday. And as a reward, because they sat out there from 8 o'clock in the morning till, they were supposed to sit out there till 5, but I told them to wrap it up at like 3 o'clock. Because, you know, customers were getting slow. So they did really, really good. What, buddy? Shakespeare. Where's Emerson? Emerson's over there. These are my two original Muscovy boys. I got them from Bar Ranch too. They're my favorite. They're such good boys. But yeah, we rewarded the kids last night with marshmallows from the campfire. So, alright guys. I will see you tomorrow, and I think we'll do a highlight on Twisty tomorrow. But I just wanted to provide that informational video and make sure there's no confusion. And my nosy pig. You guys have a good one.